So, you're thinking about doing business in Finland? That's fantastic. But before you can jump in, there are a couple of really important steps you have to get right. Today, we're going to break it all down for you. How to get your official digital ID, and how to navigate the whole VAT registration thing. This is your roadmap to getting set up the right way. Okay, here's our game plan. We've got 5 parts. We'll start by creating your digital identity, which is your key to everything. Then, we'll see how to actually use that key to log in and give other people permissions. After that, we dive deep into the VAT rules, walk you through the registration itself, and finally, we'll cover what you need to do once you're officially in the system. All right, first things first. Before you can even think about taxes or any other official business in Finland, you need a secure way to prove who you are online. For anyone coming from outside the country, this is square one. It's non-negotiable.
And here's the big question, right? In Finland, pretty much all secure online services use local bank IDs to log in. So what happens if you don't have one? Well, don't worry, they've thought of that. The solution is a system built specifically for you, the Finnish Authenticator service.
So, the very first thing you're going to get is what's called a User Identifier, or a UID for short. The best way to think about this is as your personal, unique digital username for all official Finnish websites. Everything else we talk about today builds on this one thing.
Getting your UID is pretty simple. You just do it all online. You go to the website, put in your email, create a password. But here's a pro tip, and you really want to listen to this one. They'll send you a verification email, and that link is only good for 24 hours. So make sure you click it right away, otherwise you'll have to start all over again.
Okay, so you've set your password and you have your UID. You're done, right? Well, not quite, and this is a super important point. Just having the UID doesn't mean you can start using it yet. Your account exists, but it's not fully trusted. You have to do one more thing to elevate your account status by proving you are who you say you are. And this is where the magic happens. This is how you connect your real-world identity to your new digital one. You'll need to download the Finnish Authenticator app, link it to your account by scanning a QR code on the website, and then the app will walk you through taking a picture of your passport and a selfie. Once that's all verified, you just set a PIN and boom, your digital key is forged and ready to go.
All right, your digital key is officially ready. So now what? Let's talk about how to actually use it to open some doors, specifically the MyTax portal. And just as important, we'll look at how you can give someone else, like your accountant, a key of their own to help you out.
So when you get to the MyTax homepage, you'll see a bunch of login options, mostly for local banks. You're going to ignore all of those. Instead, you'll look for the link specifically for foreigners, and that will take you right to the option to use your new Finnish Authenticator app. Now this is where you see how seriously Finland takes its online security. It's a 2-step process. First, on the website, you'll type in your UUID and your password. That sends a signal, a little push notification, to your Authenticator app on your phone. You just open the app, pop in your PIN, and that's it, you're in. It's simple, but it's incredibly secure.
Now, this next part is a real game changer, especially if you're not planning on handling all the tax paperwork yourself. Finland has a system called a mandate, which you can manage through a portal called Suomi.fi. Just think of it as a digital power of attorney. It lets you safely and officially give someone else, like a professional accountant, permission to handle your taxes for you.
And granting this permission is super straightforward and completely within your control. You just log into the Suomi.fi service, say you're acting on behalf of your company, and then you fill in the details of the person or business you want to authorize. You get to pick exactly what they're allowed to do, and you can even set it to expire after a certain date. You're always in the driver's seat.
All right, time for the main event, VAT registration. This is where you really need to pay attention because the rules are completely different depending on one simple question. Does your business have a physical, fixed location in Finland or not?
This slide right here, this is probably the most important concept in this whole explainer. If you have a resident business, meaning a physical base, your VAT registration depends on how much you sell. If you're a non-resident, the rules are way stricter.
Okay, so if you do have a fixed establishment in Finland, this is your magic number. Starting in 2025, once your yearly taxable sales go over 20,000 euros, you must register for VAT.
And for everyone else, the non-residents, listen closely. There is no threshold. I'll say it again, 0. You are legally required to register for VAT before you make your very first taxable sale. It doesn't matter if it's for €1 or 1 million. No threshold.
So now that we're clear on who has to register and when, let's get into the nitty-gritty of how. We'll walk through the whole process from choosing the right application form to getting all your documents together and hitting submit.
First step on the how-to list, you've got to pick the right form. It all comes down to your business structure. Y1 is the one for most companies, like an LLC. Y2 is for partnerships, and if you're a solo operator or self-employed, you'll be using Form Y3.
Okay, time to get your paperwork in order. And believe me, you'll want to have all of this ready to go before you start filling out the forms. The tax office needs things like your company registration docs, a business plan for Finland, and financial statements. And here's the crucial part. If your documents aren't in Finnish or Swedish, you need to get them officially translated.
So let's put it all together. Here's your 6-step path from start to finish. You gather up all those translated documents. You go to the YTJ portal online and fill out the correct Y form. You submit everything, pay the €330 fee, and then you wait. Usually, within about 4 weeks, you'll get your official Finnish VAT number.
And I've got to stress this, getting your VAT number is not the finish line. In fact, it's the starting line. From the moment you're registered, you have ongoing legal responsibilities to stay compliant with Finnish tax law.
So, what does staying compliant actually look like? Well, it really comes down to these 4 things. You have to file your VAT returns, usually every month, by the 12th. You also have to pay any VAT you owe by that same deadline. You need to keep all your digital records for at least 6 years. And finally, you have to make sure your invoices have all the right information on them, including that brand new VAT number. So there you have it. We've gone from start to finish, from forging your digital key to understanding your ongoing tax duties. The path to doing business in Finland is now hopefully a lot clearer. The administrative stuff is manageable once you know the steps. So the only question left is, with those keys now in your hand, what's the first door you're going to open?